Let's transition to that. Keen versus Mineski. It's been a fun day for these two teams. Keen so far hasn't claimed a single win.
That sounds like a lot of fun. That's a fun day.
That's definitely a fun day. And Mineski have managed to claim one win so far today, and that was up against TNC.
And then they lost? Right? Or did they just not play anymore? They haven't played anymore.
No, they haven't played anymore. They're one of the teams that they're part of the group that plays 3 series, but they only play 2 games in the day. So
Okay.
yeah, they're there. So the one win against TNC, and you know what? This whole drafting world has gone a little bit wonky. But at least this isn't a Tidehunter first phase. It's a disruptor #1 up from Mineski.
Yeah, and then they counter that with the hero with disruption. So that's a very good solution. Yeah, we've seen quite a bit of development in drafting today. It's not like too crazy because it's still a small sample size, but obviously we've seen a lot of Enchantress bans, we've seen a lot of Alchemist bans. Chen has been banned a good amount too, and then there's, I think, AA is also in one of the high ban tiers. And 2 of those 4 are out of the picture here.
It's kind of funny. We were literally talking about this just before, about who's been the most banned hero. Let me double check it. So the most banned hero at the moment is, with a drum roll, Alchemist at 22, Enchantress at 22. So they're
Okay.
neck and neck, with AA, Batrider, and Magnus right behind him on 16 and 15.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Lashrak, another hero we were having a long chat about.
Yeah, it's been picked a bit more today than maybe I would have expected. It's a nice flexible hero. It can play support. It can play multiple core roles actually. If you have a carry type mid, you can even put it in a side lane, in the safe lane carry position, together with something like Shadow Demon. It's a very classic combination. If you know, many people will probably remember FY and Fenrir playing together with this support duo as a dual roam, but that was in a different metagame with different gameplay. It doesn't really work like that anymore, but the 2 heroes still have great synergy throughout the game. You have Disruption to set up the Split Earth, which is a hard stun to land. You have Disruption to save Leshrac while all of his AoE damage is running, and while he is disrupted, the Edict and the Pulse Nova is still ticking.
Yep.
So, yeah, these 2 heroes love playing together.
I just love this from Keen, like the way they actually have like an SD and all a track there. I guess when they back in the DPC season a little earlier on, they were always playing this high tempo Dota. Keen was actually a team which a lot of teams were scared of because they couldn't actually keep up with them. And Leshrac is a hero that was able to enable that kind of pushing power. Having an SD with them means you can be aggressive and then you can push down the lanes. But I'm wondering if Keen is actually capable of achieving that as well, because these are the 2 teams who met at, I think it was ESL 1 Mumbai, where it was Keen who ended up coming out on top. That was back when Febby was actually playing as a stand-in for Mineski.
Yep.
That fun old time.
Mineski had a decent run in that tournament, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they were great.
Was that the finals? Yeah, I think it was the
finals.
finals.
Was Keen versus Mineski.
So, good rematch. The teams also should know each other a bit, but obviously, even 1 month in Dota can change a lot of things. I don't think you would have expected this first phase from Mineski. First overall pick Disruptor into Beastmaster is very interesting, especially into Shadow Demon, who many consider a good Beastmaster counter just by his ability to disrupt the roar. However, Shadow Demon is not very good at dealing with the piggies in lane. They hurt, and they slow you, and he can't really kill them very well. So the matchup goes both ways, and it depends what you're focusing on primarily in your game. One thing it also gives Mineski, it gives them vision, which is very good for Disruptor. So some natural synergy between the 2, the Roar into Static Storm combination, and yeah, just generally Beastmaster initiating so Disruptor can get extra exit kills.
Yeah, and this works really nicely for Mineski when you start creating space for the rest of the team, especially Moon. Like, I always feel like Moon, if he has these aggressive jumping, like instant kill style mids that he can play, that's why his tiny mid was always so good. Hello, Mars.
Oh, I love this hero. Everything about this hero is so cool. I love Mars. I'm happy we get to cast a Mars game today.
I'm hoping he has...
You love techies. I'm happy we don't get to cast a techie.
This would be a pretty good game for techies, actually. Techies lanes very well with Mars as a dual off lane.
No.
Yeah, because you blast off Rebuke and you basically take away all life inside the lane.
But no.
Even against Beastmaster, Techie's mines work very, very efficiently.
No, I mean,
But
I mean, you might be
same,
right about everything you're
you know
saying,
what?
but it's techie, so we don't like it. Toby.
No, no,
We
we
don't
do like
techie.
it. This is the reason why it's being banned in the first phase against Team Secret. And
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
but I never really like it in the hands of China. I don't think Wings or LGD. Like I remember FY's play of it most recently was like it was painful. It was very very painful to watch. But yeah, so that's the only downside. I fear to see a bad techies play.
Well,
There's the timing I was talking about from Moon.
techie. Oh,
Techies is terrible now. Do not run Techies against Abaddon. It's not the way to play. It's one of the heroes that just destroys Techies.
looks a bit different than usual. Could you imagine techies
Well, you
riding a
can't-
horse, as instead of rolling around the cart, and then the horse has like
Yeah,
bombs?
why can't you upgrade the cart? Like, I'm just saying, like, why is Techies living in the past? If he has discovered the power of explosives, like, why can't he make a combustion engine?
Maybe they don't have the tools for it. You never know.
We only know how to blow things up, not build things.
Yeah,
Like, we're only one arm of alchemists.
That's techies. They blow up things and they build zero happiness for any of the players in the game. So
Yeah, back to the draft.
yeah, let's go back. So they
yeah.
got the Mars, and Mineski have responded with a tiny of their own. So a good single target burst hero that can get rid of Shadow Demon and Leshrac very quickly, and takes good advantage of Beastmaster's vision. Once again, similar to Disruptor, needs to isolate and find targets, and then he can go. Keen Gaming respond with this Abaddon, who's really good against Beastmaster in the saving aspect. Is not a target for Tiny to burst because of the borrowed time.
Yeah.
And then in turn, Mineski will pick up this Weaver, who I'm a little bit unsure about this game. Weaver has some benefits.
They definitely have to be thinking the fact there's no lockdown.
He's
like,
very
at the
mobile,
moment.
but there is a bit, right? There's the disruption into Split Earth. There's a Mars Spear. There's disruption into Mars Spear, which is very easy combo to land with Arena. So you're not completely safe. But as far as Mineski's lineup goes, this is a very, high-tempo skirmish kind of style. I think they want to play fast, and they want to non-stop pressure, kill enemies, try to get towers that way, and not really set up for big team fights, currently at least.
It's probably something too that they've learned in previous times playing up against Keen, that if Keen will play a fast tempo, you need to be able to play with them as well. But still have those later game options as we get ourselves an Invoker.
I think this is position 4.
You actually think support Invoker?
Yeah, and it's a tiny mid. But it could be mid for Moon, and it's a 4 tiny. But if you are looking...
It would make more sense to go like Quaswex Invoker against the Lash.
If you're looking to play high tempo, position 4 Invoker is actually pretty good.
So explain this, because you were talking about this before when we were out there watching some games, like these support Invoker options.
Yeah, so if you put... I think OG also played in a game earlier today. Playing position 4 Invoker has a couple of benefits. First of all, he got a damage buff a while back, which helped out his laning, because Invoker's damage used to be terrible, and now it's a bit better. You have the 3 Quas Orbs in the start, so you're hard to trade with for the enemy support. You just regenerate more than they do, similar to Pudge having Flesh Heap. And the starting build you go allows you to get a very fast Ring of Basilius, which you can then disassemble later into an Urn, which is Quaswex Invoker's bread and butter item. So yeah, he has some good synergies in the lane, and then you, by virtue of being a support, you don't have nearly as much responsibility in the ways of dealing damage, which is Quaswex Invoker's biggest weakness, is that he has great control, but his damage is kind of lacking. But guess what? If you play it support and you get just some good levels, Tornado EMP and Cold Snap is really nasty. And even just 1 point in Exort will give you that great Deafening Blast, it will give you Ice Wall, and then you don't really need to level Exort that much more until the end of the game. So there's quite a lot of benefits. Like, conceptually, Invoker has been a potential support for a very long time in Dota. His laning's just been too bad. And we're reaching a stage now where his laning's actually playable, and that makes him a very interesting support pick. But you never know. They might put it mid.
It's just mentally hard to get over that. It's like Invoker, he's always been that big superstar mid, the hero that all these 2 positions are able to show off on. And now you're like, well, okay, let's push you to support.
Yeah, the support Invoker is a lot more simple in a way. It's less about really hardcore skill with the hero. I would say if you're playing a mid Invoker right now, you need to have serious mastery of the hero compared to supports where it's a bit more forgiving, I would say. Because like the amount of spells you need to cycle, and when you have less items, there's just less options, right? Invoker gets really hard when you get Aghanims, because that's when you have to memorize all the spells at once. Like, what are my cooldowns on 5 spells at a time? What should I invoke next? When you're playing support Invoker, you have your 3 or 4 spells that you primarily cast for the majority of the game. So it's not that hard to learn to play support invoker. Playing core invoker is a different beast.
It's the last set to be picked up as well. So Moon will actually play the Tiny, and it will actually be Raging Potato onto the Invoker.
And it makes even more sense to put a support on you against Nyx, right? He is quite a problem for core invoker in a lot of games until he gets BKB. So now you can just solve it this way. And
I love the slick hair. Like there's not this glowing thing. It's just this perfect slick back hair of Invoker.
He has some nice synergies with Cold Snap too. That's something you got to look out for when you talk support invoker, because that's his primary spell in the early game. There are a lot of things that deal tick damage here. There's the Weaver Scarabs, there's the Beastmaster Pigs, there's Thunder Strike. So kind of everywhere Invoker goes with Cold Snap, he's going to have friends that are really useful for him to play with. And, of course, EMP is very, very good against a couple of heroes here. Maybe an obvious one to think about is Leshrac, because you feel like, wow, this hero is super mana-based, but at the same time, he also has a bigger mana pool. Mars getting EMP'd sucks. It is real bad. Then you only have your Soul Ring to work with. You can get maybe 1 out of your 3 spells off, and that's really bad. This hero wants to combo. Similar logic for Abaddon, right? Like you run out of your mana, and then suddenly you're not really a threat in the fight. So I honestly like this Invoker. I think it could have a good showcase here.
It's always like obviously said, like we've seen the support Invoker earlier today by OG, but that was one thing that Mineski really stood out for me during this DPC season. There was always one hero that was a little quirky, which you didn't have a lot of experience playing against in that role, in that position. They were always theory crafting something that they just knew could work for them and would throw people off.
Invoker is non-stop invoking, just to make the ground quiver a little bit. No, he stopped when you clicked him. Good. So, let's talk a little bit more about the Nyx last pick. There's more to it than just the Invoker counter. This hero is very nice against Weaver. You have 2 things that you can easily Carapace against the Weaver, and especially Carapacing Weaver while it's running in with Shukuchi. If you're in Vendetta and you Carapace Weaver, it's very hard for the Weaver to know when it's safe to Shukuchi, and that's kind of Weaver's primary spell. So catching Weaver off guard with this into a Leshrac stun is a really good way of getting that kill. And the Radiant don't have any saves.
Yeah.
On the flip side, there's 2 saves on the Dire, Abaddon and Aphotic Shield, as well as Disruption. So
you've kind of got like stuns and just overwhelming power as the save from Mineski. If Keen want to commit, then Keen have to commit. But that's always the way you play against a Disruptor.
Yeah, Disruptor is like one of the kings of skirmishes, just because if you win it by a bit, you always take more. You take that extra kill or force that extra TP. So absolutely, when you're fighting against Disruptor, you want to go in and get the job done instead of half committing and backing out, because you will be punished for that.
And they really just want to try and get this top rune. Okay, well, everyone came in close but didn't really find the fight. The Impel goes on to KP, follow-up stun with the splitter from Old Chicken. KP's in a lot of trouble. He's trying to run himself away. The axe did almost no damage. Now Raging Potato body blocking up from Karka. He's trying to get a little bit more distance. Karka being pushed out by Ninja Boogie, but they turn their attention over to saving Raging Potato as he moves up the hill, but the Split Earth will connect. He'll at least get the rune, but King Gaming, we said they'll play hard and fast. Karka will end up going down, but Dark wants to keep going. Another disruption, another split Earth, and it should be another kill, but the cold snap from Raging Potato interrupting Old Chicken's time. Ninja Boogie still running away from all the disruption illusions, and he does have a decent amount of life, but he's caught on the wrong side of the tracks. Old Chicken will finally fall down. Karka's coming back once again. He can just land the stun and get the kill into Ninja Boogie, which is exactly what happens as Dark keeps his run going to Raging Potato. Cold snaps off cooldown in 1 second time. But everything can start to simmer down now as we get 5 kills in the span of 1 minute, which is like so much better than every other game that we have cast today, Sin.
Dude, this is cool. This is like about as many kills as we had in VP earlier today against NIP in 17 minutes in the second game. Or the first game, rather.
And they're not done yet.
Nope.
Like every single time someone wants to show themselves. Old Chicken should be able to get the Split Earth off. It's a little bit late. Actually, it's Karka who starts the first stun, then the secondary stun to follow through. This chaining just is... It just looks so easy, especially when KP reveals himself in the lane doing the pull. They know he's alone.
Yep.
KP actually can't TP out for another 8 seconds.
This is a really good start for Keen, in my opinion. If they kill the Beastmaster here again, which they should.
Yeah. Double creep wave and get to do some of the work for you.
Keep saving the disruption until they have the next Impel.
They may also be worried about him TPing out.
Oh, he got body blocked by the creeps. Now it might actually be hard.
Disruption. Mango burn up. Follow up with a stun. KP, they're waiting it out. Again, they don't want to. They want to make sure that he doesn't just easily TP away. But he's got no mana to work with anyway. So it took some time for the two supports, but they get.
He's going to get some XP though. He managed to make a double wave, and now that it's reconnecting with the rest of the wave, I think this play from KP is the best that was presented to him. It's hard. This is a really hard lane for him, especially when they tri-lane. So he's willing to sacrifice 1 life to get what is essentially going to be 3 creep waves unless they get a good pull off. And it looks like just barely getting the range creep there, dark, but nothing more. So, whoops. Bottom lane, 2-on-1. Easy.
Yeah, seems so.
Easy kill.
I think where top lane is where the fight's always meant to be happening. And a Radiant Courier getting killed off as well. That's not part of the plan.
That's the biggest kill of the game. That's worth about as much as all the other kills they got combined in terms of net worth lead.
Man, where the Courier go down? It must have been delivering towards the mid lane, the bottle for Moon. Disruption's out again. Yeah, let's watch the chains. Invoker can't do anything about this. No matter how many points up in Quas, you do not regenerate through that.
Maybe if you had 9 out of 7. Yeah. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
9 points. Invoker max level 30. Cool.
Yeah. Invoker, the stuns are continuing once again.
No, not again, dude. You
Yeah,
can't.
it's again.
Absolutely
It's
not.
Totally again. Ragey Potato has no way to get out of this one.
Oh,
He's 0-4 on this Invoker.
that actually hurts to watch. His game is in shambles. I was saying, man, support Invoker could be good here. How about you make it look a little bit better than this?
Well, you can't really do much though. Like this tri-lane of Keen is just so damn powerful. They even get rid. They block up the pull camp and they get rid of the Observer Ward as well.
I think what they might have had to do was after KP got this triple stack basically created of enemy creeps and died for it, I think Invoker should just kind of go somewhere else. I'm not sure what his purpose is up here apart from just dying. He has no kill potential with the Beastmaster anyway, so he's kind of leeching XP off from him that Beast would get anyway, and maybe he could go pressure mid, or maybe help them get an additional kill bottom. Because the trade-off right now is KP's level 3 and the Abaddon is level 5. Keen is just destroying them right now. This laning phase is the most one-sided we've had today. So far.
It's like one person moves up by themselves, gets disrupted, and then it's a kill. While the other person's trying to go farm up in the jungle or do the pull. It's like there is no real synergy that we're seeing in this top lane at all, even though, hey, yeah, Cold Snap.
Oh, he's mana boost on Shadow Demon minute 4.
Yee. Able to get the solo kill over on Moon. Moon really, really lacking that bottle presence early on, and that gets Mars up to level 6. He's the first one to clap it, and he's already got the Arena of Blood up.
Yeah, this could be a very good time for Shadow Demon and Nyx to try mid-rotation after this rune. Oh wow, look at Invoker Ghost walking with 200 move speed.
This is how you get the rune, right? But even then it didn't work. Dark grabbed it.
How much does it slow him right now?
He's at 207.
30% slow.
It's a Dark just following him. It's like, hey, anyone bring a sentry ward? Anyone got some dust? Maybe we just keep diving in for another kill.
They're gonna get the tower this way. This lane play.
Well, this is that early power. 3 points up, an edict from Old Chicken. Keep the pressure up. At least KP gets a denial. Moon moving over. Ragey Potato still waiting for the right time. He gets stunned up in Invis, but Ninja Pookie will also arrive. Glimpse pulling back Old Chicken. So they want to go after this Leshrac with the avalanche. The stuns continue. A quick tornado from Ragey Potato. Have they got another kind of stun, another kind of control? He doesn't have enough mana to actually use his Cold Snap. As Leshrac, the tree toss flies forward. It's going to be enough damage to finally bring down Old Chicken, but the Arena of Blood is up. The Gladiator is here. And Mineski, well, they made it entertaining. They're looking for one more extra stun. Ninja Boogie on the run back out. Moon, he's got a toss available to at least change some positioning, or no? Disruption. Spear. It's available, and there's one tree on the edge of the Roshan pit as well to work with. So you can say goodbye to KP.
So that was a 2-for-1 for Keen Gaming, but I think that could have gone better for them. Old Chicken spent the entire fight running away. I think at some point there you stop up for just half a second to cast Edict and then keep running. Because they would have taken so much damage just running after him. They would have had a full Edict going off, running into his teammates, and maybe they could have traded 3-for-1, or maybe it would have even lived by dealing so much damage that they had to back off. As you pointed out, level 3 Edict is no joke, especially against these like level 3 heroes that were hunting him for quite a while there. But you know, it's still a good outcome. It's still a good outcome. A 2-for-1 here is fine.
They're going again. Disruption. Who do they would like KP. They didn't see Ragey Potato. Nighttime vision didn't give Dark the information he was searching for. Oh, what a surprise that Yi's having a good game. Always feels like he's just such a superstar for Keen. Haven't really looked at Nico though. Nico down this bottom lane going up against Old 11. Old 11.
He's gonna have to skill ulti here.
Yeah, he's holding the point for the moment.
Or suicide.
Shield's gonna pop.
No, he didn't even have to skill. Okay.
It's not pressuring him enough. The Weaver's not a healthy man. Like, he's got 4 1 charges available, but look at Old 11. He just runs in. He knows he can posture back out. If Nico gets hit by the bubble popping, then just brings him so low. A quick time lapse. Nico will end up surviving.
Oh, he leveled up his first spell too. Now he doesn't have a skill point, but they don't know this.
And he wants to keep going. Underneath the tower. 2 hits into Ninja Boogie is plus the Death Coil, and that will do the job. And in fact, doesn't even need to use a Death Coil. Just simple rundown. Top tier 1 tower has been brought down by Old Chicken.
5,000 gold leaving at 8. My lord. They're winning the lane so hard. Like, Abaddon, who got 2-on-1'd by Weaver and Disruptor, is even out-leveling him. Because Disruptor is weak against this hero in lane. Sure, you Thunderstrike him, he takes it off with a shield. Like, you're not really posing much of a threat in that way. It's the silence that's good against Abaddon, but that's not part of the laning stage. So, Old 11's had a great time. We've seen what happened up top, and like you said, Yi has been winning mid against the Moon. So, flat out just a triple lane win, first tower down, and they can keep up this tempo. And it was Mineski that was supposed to play fast. They just don't have much to work with right now.
No, and you even see the way they do their vision, and that's even getting deep-watered out. They had Observer and Sentry around the shrine area trying to watch Mineski, watching Keen get aggressive on Mineski on this top lane. Watch that tri-lane maneuver, but Sentry ward gets planted, information goes begging, and the one ward they do have is watching the bottom rune now. That's it. It's very dark on the map, and Keen Gaming just keep going.
And they can easily leave Abaddon alone, because he's level 7 minute 8. It's super good for him. He has Phase Boots, Basilius, and Magic Wand. He's not dying to this Weaver. He just solo lane. And it frees up their supports to do so much work that they haven't had to help him at all. Is maybe the biggest factor of the whole game, is that their offlaner was fine alone. That's been super instrumental in this league.
Oh, great maneuver from Yi. Just moves through the fog of war into the tree lines. Skewers turning up against the corner. Now they let down the arena of blood. Tornado from Raging Potato will buy a little bit of extra time, but Moon, well, he can't really find much to do apart from toss the creep back out. And then Edict from Old Chicken. Raging Potato, you can be all the imbiz you want to be. It's not going to help you out, not when you got such big AoE damage. And then they move their attention over towards Moon. He's got a toss, an avalanche, create a little bit of extra space. The urn is ticking him down 50, 30. Now he's got a little bit extra life thanks to the thanks to the magic wand, but Moon will still end up popping.
That's what the spear sounds like. Goes.
You need it to sound like one of those. What are those little soft toys you throw, and it makes that high pitch like whistling sound? It's
dog toy.
It's not a dog toy. Well, actually, yeah, it is a dog toy, but Beastmaster goes down. It also works with kids. 14-4, 6k gold advantage, and it ain't stopping anytime soon.
There's not much in the tank from Mineski. You might
and Raging Potato. Oh no! Okay, he manages to find the gap between the wall and the tree and slip through it with a spear.
You might
not intentional.
You might have to give a book to a Beastmaster. I think.
You need 6. You need raw.
Yeah, he's level 5 in at 1030. Abaddon is level 9. Like, you're just super unfavored right now, and you've got to find a way of making moves. And Beastmaster is one way to do it.
Hey,
this is another one.
That toss down never connected. Old Chicken just walks away.
What happened? Oh, did they tornado him during the toss? That might be miscommunication there.
No, it wasn't tornado. Like, it was, I think it was, he didn't even toss Old Chicken. He tossed a creep in front, which died during mid-flight, so he never got the second trigger of Cold Snap.
I see.
Karka is on the hunt.
He's giving super
so
good
much
info
information.
Right
Puts out the Vendetta, hits on the stun. Tornado will now kick him, but the spear is just locked Ninja Boogie into the tree line. No one's close enough to finish the job, however, and with the Avalanche from Moon, he's getting good damage back the other way, but Glimpse, they pull Dark back into the fight. Defensive Disruption will buy a little bit of extra time, and Dark will be tossed to death. Nico, the man to find the kill, rotating in the Weaver.
Any kill right now is good. You're this far behind, any kill is a success. You have to keep looking for it, honestly. there's no better play on the map. You can't really split push with your lineup against what you're facing and expect to get away with it against Nyx. You can't really take a hardcore 5-on-5 team fight because the enemies are just that much stronger than you. So you kind of, every time there's a little bit of a split going on, you have to try to take advantage and find these picks. And now Beastmaster's got level 6, almost got Vlad's.
He's trying to get Vlad's, but Nico's arrived in the lane trying to finish up his Maelstrom. Moon. Gotta be careful. Arena of Blood instantly up, and Moon has no way to get himself out of this one. Avalanche only finds a little bit of time. They pin him against the wall. 12-1 charges are available, but there is no support coming the way of Moon. He'll still burn the 1 charges anyway. With the rebuke, Moon's just making him work for it. Another Avalanche out, but the Spire Carapace stuns him up, so there's an easy follow-through. While up on top lane, Yule Scepter available from Old Chicken already. Connects on the Split Earth. He's his own setup. With Disruptor Storm, they try and buy some space for KP to get out of this one. And maybe they actually get the revenge kill into Old Chicken. Nico, baby, able to do the work, and then Shukuchi himself far away from the tower. He does get himself dusted up. Shukuchi's off cooldown in 1 second time, but the stuns, they're going to continue to land from Keen Gaming. One after the other. But they get the kill on Lesh.
They do. It cost them 3 though. That's not fair. Even if you, at this point, trading 2 for 1 for a core might be
I think it's cost you
favoring
more.
you, but
Karka's just chasing down Ninja Boogie.
Right.
Like, hits the stun. No need a purge. You're just gonna, okay, now you disrupt him. It's just buying time for a 3rd Shadow Poison. Then Ninja Boogie will pop. Dark even triggering it.
And the one guy who's farming and getting space is Invoker, who's had an absolutely atrocious game.
He's dying again. The spear pins him against the tree. He almost dodged it, but almost is not enough. He finds really another kill.
That spear was really, really, really good. That's not an easy one to hit because he needed to hit him with the edge of the hitbox into that tree. There was almost no margin for error. Although if he missed, they might have killed him with Yules anyway, but it looked cool, so that's nice.
It's the efficiency of abilities. I'm just loving watching. Like, you're talking about like the old classic of SD as well as this Leshrac, but my God, Old Chicken's playing it perfectly with the Yule Scepter kind of style. Moon, Ninja Boogie, they're rotating over. They're bringing Invoker this time around. Nico.
Perfectly, you said?
Okay, maybe not so perfect.
Almost.
Shouldn't speak too early. Sentry Ward's down, so they see Karka moving around. Dangerous target to go on, especially considering that Spire Carapace will cause you problems. Quickly into Shukuchi, the Avalanche. It's found Dark inside the corner. Now they want their attention over towards Karka. A quick glimpse back, puts him inside the wall. Karka not feeling too good, but he's in the middle of it. He doesn't know where the Sentry Ward is. It allows Nico maybe just to run straight through the middle of him and maybe inside the Arena of Blood. He is able to continue to turn this fight around. KP's going to arrive. Raws available. They hit the backlines. They're after Leshrac. They want to remove this damage, and they're able to do so as well. Then turn the attention with a cold snap in towards Yi. His spear well off target this time around. He's got frost in the eyes. Tries to push him back with a rebuke, but he'll end up going down. Old 11 does at least get some level of rebuttal into Raging Potato, but the rest of Mineski, they are on the hunt. They want more, and they're going to claim it. Wait out the borrowed time. Old 11 just trying to shield him, but they're tossing him back closer towards the Tier 1 tower, closer was the rest of their team. SD's in the neighborhood, making a couple of problems, not to mention with the shield pop. There's so much splash damage, defensive destruction from Dark. He's waiting this out, the Avalanche will connect, and Nico's into the backlines, helping to get that kill. In fact, getting the kill into Old 11. Dark will run away with the bugs on him, but they want Karka. He's also the biggest problem with just connecting stun after stun. And Nico, how deep are you going to go for this? Disruption up, hits the split earth. Weaver losing life quickly. He does have time left available. He'll get all of that life back again, as here comes Mars once more, looking for a spear target. But Mineski are in full retreat. They're not looking to fight. They've already set Disruptor towards mid and Invoker towards the north. They're finished with this.
That was such a huge win. They got like 4,000 gold out of that skirmish, and this was not how I imagined they would come back in the game, because technically it was almost a team fight. The Nyx was scouting. He knew the Sentry was there. Just kind of, honestly, Karka got a bit cocky just staying there. He was hoping to maybe Carapace stun Nico up, but he ended up getting punished, and that started off a great fight for them.
They've got Static Storm available. Glimpses up to level 4, and then again is Old Chicken. Primary target, defensive disruption out from Dark, and now they really start going in. The huge avalanche, the wall and the storm, actually stopping SD from getting his purge off instantly. Leshrac's up by the storm. He'll hit the deck again, but Ninja actually is Nico in through the rear to kill off Old Chicken. Invoker is your casualty, but hey, you're happy with that. Another glimpse pulls Mars back into the fight and into another avalanche toss combination. Kaka getting clipped by it too. Nico's just trying to do so much work, and he's doing it. One more attack will do it. 25 HP. The Axis won't be able to reach. They can't get a glimpse. Old 11 triggers the borrowed time, trying to stay on the front line to create more space as Mineski once again diving into the tier 1 tower. Moon has toss available, but they'll use the glimpse instead. Old 11 still caught. They let the roar go. No borrowed time, no way to live from Old 11, even with the one charges, even with the shields. He actually denies himself. If you can't live, take your life from them.
This game's crazy. Actually, they're just non-stop fighting. And again, another good fight from Mineski. They flat out 5-on-4'd them. The Knicks showed up very, very late to this fight. And similar to the fight we saw earlier, which kind of started the comeback, when there's no Knicks there, they're lacking this key control that is setting up their fights very nicely. The previous fight, it was Knicks dying before the fight even really started or getting caught out in an awkward position. This time it's just missing. And you know, Mineski are going to take whatever opportunities they're given. I don't feel like this should be going like this, but, you know, credit to them for executing some really good fights and just being super aggressive, honestly. Like, they just want to fight. Man.
This is Mumbai all over again. this is exactly what happened there. It's just rinse and repeating. The only difference is you're getting some nice destruction from Dark. Really saving Kaka's life, and they want to fight. Raging Potato inside the Ghost Walk, back down to 265 movement speed. Sentry Ward being placed. He's caught on the edge of it, perched up with the poison. They'll find the kill. But they're trying to buy some more space, so Weaver working his way towards a BKB after having the Maelstrom. He'll take the tier 1 tower if he can just get the last hit timing right. Perfectly done by Nico. We can leave the baby off his name.
So, tower for tower.
Yep.
Oh, Moon. Invis rune. They're gonna know he's here. The rune disappeared.
Kaka, avalanche. Just keeps getting hit by it.
That was interesting.
Yeah, he didn't have any vision. Oh no, the sentry ward is a little bit further down. He did see.
It's just like there's no way he gets that kill, right, on Moon. You just need to press Carapace, and then
if you could toss him back and force him into some level of a fight, then maybe.
I think if he wants to try for that kill, he has to just try to blow him up on the spot. Like cast both of your spells, hit once with the tree, and use the tree throw, and see if it's enough. I think it might have been. There's no rain drop in there. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We got a game.
Yeah, we have ourselves a game. The BKB sitting on the courier. We're going to full Hood of Defiance for KP as well. That needs to fly out. They will want to have this before they fight. At least I say that. It's the end of the smoke. it's like they're already looking to fight. It's like, no, we don't need our Hood. In fact, KP's probably thinking if we delay this long enough, I get a kill, I can finish a full pipe.
Yep.
And Raging Potato, they're going to go after him. Try and slow him down, but quickly into Invis. Another Observer Ward being de-warded out by Keen. And they're going to smoke themselves up underneath the tier 1 tower. Rotation to the north. Ninja Boogie.
Nice
That's
positioning from Ninja Boogie.
He's going to break the smoke. Sentry Ward gets placed.
Oh,
and yeah, they walk around the corners. He's going to storm. He's going to wall. At least he'll catch a couple of heroes trying to TP out, but that was optimistic to say the least.
I don't know about that one. I like the fact that he broke the smoke. I think if he insta-TPs when he breaks the smoke, he maybe survives, and if he doesn't, it's okay. He died for his team as position 5, but casting all his spells and then trying to get out was a little bit optimistic is the good word for
Maybe it's
that.
like, oh, I got a Nexon Invoker who can just let the Sunstrike. No, no, no. He's full Quaswax. He's full disable against Old Chicken.
I'd like to see one Exort point next level for Invoker on level 11. He unlocks a lot of potential in these fights. Deafening Blast for the knockback and the disarm. Ice Wall is really good against these movement-based heroes. So, would be nice.
The battle for the 20-minute bounty runes, but don't worry, you've got a very fast Invoker who's claiming the bottom ones.
Yeah, now he's moving fast.
He actually triggered the dire scan too, so Keen Gaming know someone was down there claiming the runes.
So 3 for 1.
Yeah, it's like this gold advantage and actually like the whole experience, like it's a bump in the road.
Carapace mid. Don't really
going after
yeah, okay. Now he's done.
Yeah. Avalanche won't buy much space. There's 4 heroes going on Moon. He does not survive this. But it feels like they're still just creating more and more space. Nico's getting stronger. He's going for Diffuser Blade next. Your Invoker is becoming that that core role almost, even though his net worth doesn't reflect it. Is his levels that will?
Core is a bit of a stretch, but he's getting somewhere. Considering his start, relative to his start, he's a core, okay? Because he was not even a support. But, yep, he's getting a game.
They burned through that tower a lot quicker than I thought. Obviously, like with Edict, they rip it apart.
Level 4 Curse of Avernus as well.
Of course, Keen's coming up. 21 minutes in, let's force another fight. Raging Potato, he's got Tornado, but he doesn't have the... He actually went for EMP to begin with. Glimpse back. And defensive disruption once again from Dark. Just protecting Old 11. Did some heavy damage to that tier 3 tower. Nice Hawk up. Another Observer Ward being de-warded. I'll even claim the Sentry as well. But King Gaming, that's not going to stop him from fighting. The Sentry Ward, Raging Potatoes on the edge. They're going to push him away with the Storm, as well as the Wall, catching up 3 of King. But where's the follow-up? They're waiting there for the moment with the bugs on him. Old 11 doesn't have a lot of armor. They're just cleaning off the bugs. And then they move over to the primary one. Time left isn't available. Raw can't create enough space. Nico's gone down. I don't think they were ready for Keen to turn around for this fight. And now KP, you'll start the follow-up Split Earth. It'll connect perfectly, and KP will fall too. 3 heroes down, and Keen Gaming will continue what they started previously.
They have to buy back both cores.
Yep, no other choice. Moon's going to look for his own jump.
There's still an Arena and the BKB on Mars. He used nothing. He used nothing in this fight. This is totally ready.
They just keep rolling through. Put down the bugs, put up a wall, try and lock King Gaming to stay here. And now the Arena! It caught out 3, they're all caught on the edge as well. Everyone's being pushed back with a push through. Maybe Moon, no, he didn't have enough stun damage. They've lost 2 heroes for so long thanks to the diebacks Ninja Boogie. Yi can't finish the job on him, but it won't matter if they can kill off Moon. 3 cores dead. 2 supports who can't do anything to stop Keen. They can end the game right now.
Dude, this is so weird. The graph of this game is so weird to me. I don't know what to say. They're so far ahead.
They're backing off.
Keen dropped the ball for like 5 consecutive minutes, and then suddenly they're just, okay, let's win.
Wait, they're actually going to back off from this one. They've got to know with the buyback of the Beastmaster, he's dead for so long.
And Weaver.
And same for the Weaver. But they're being safe about this. They're going to get the Aegis Immortal. They're going to take Roshan.
It was, I think, if you want to play this perfectly, you take 1 tier 4 and then go get Roche, because you have time for that. But I actually don't know if they could have ended the game there. It's a bit hard to say.
It's just when you got a Lashrak who's already got 14 Bloodstone charges and you're just getting kill after kill.
It can be a bit deceptive against Invoker. It's the ability to delay the game quite a lot, actually, in these kind of situations with his spells, especially if he has Deafening Blast, which he doesn't. I don't know if they're aware of that, but this is still good. And now Keen are in a great position once again. And kind of, if you go to the graph of gold for this game and you just imagine that this bump wasn't there, then we're kind of back where we started now.
Yep.
This is what it would have been like if they continued the path that they were going. So Keen has fully recovered.
This just looks like it's like the timeline you see out of Back to the Future. This is where the Almanac arrived, and Biff just skewered the timeline off. But don't worry, we're back. Marty
back in real time.
Kaka's on the hunt. Spike Carapace, I don't like this. Something doesn't feel right.
Mars has a full death zone now.
Ninja Boogie, you're coming out a long way. And with his Desolator up.
The thing that makes this so good is obviously with God's Rebuke, everybody you hit gets Desoed. So the orb hits all of them, but it has really good synergy with Edict too. That's physical damage, so it hits super hard. They take these towers like absolutely no problem. And when people get caught in this arena of blood, they're gonna die. Uh-oh.
EMP Tornado just trying to burn off Old Chicken, but that's why defensive disruption's available. And here comes Keen Gaming up the hill. They want to try and fight. Moon's still waiting for his good opportunity. Hiding under the cover of Invis, the glimpse of back, roar over on Nyx Assassin, the Arena of Blood comes out now, and maybe Yi has enough damage to do the work. KP is the primary one caught inside of it, whilst Nico using the BKB to move a little bit more freely. KP is finally going to go down, never 45 seconds. And where is your advantage now? Moon still hasn't found a way to go. All he can do is just hit his taunt button on the side because he doesn't feel any opportunity, any avalanches. But onto the Spike Carapace, instantly stunned up himself. The EMP burn will do some work with the BKB set from Mars, so he can turn and fight with the double split earth. Both cores being caught. The buyback can come from Moon. Raging Potatoes underneath Invis detection too. Yi's got himself a triple kill, and this game feels so deep in the bag that Moon will in fact call it GG. 25 minutes. 35 kills from King alone, 14 to add to it for a 49 total. What a game.
Keen lost 2 games today and before this. And they were pissed. Yeah, and then they showed it. And then they kind of got maybe a little sloppy. And then they got pissed again because they got sloppy.
Uh-huh. That's a fun way of looking at
Honestly,
it. I could also just say, like, they're just playing an opponent they know very, very well. They've played a lot, both on like at LAN actually. They've played them a lot of times. So Keen Gaming just knew what to do. Mineski kind of expected it to come. They tried something quirky, but like all things with Mineski, when KP's lane goes wrong, everything always seems to go wrong.
The first 5 minutes of this game really decided so much. And yes, they did kind of come back, but it was such a steep climb that even that massive of a comeback just wasn't enough in this game. And
Yeah.
like you said, the turnaround moment in the mid lane where they think they've got Keen, and then Keen just turn around in the trees and just kill them all, that's when they kind of took control of the game once again and never looked back. So that was fun to watch. That was 49 kills in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
That's great. 2 kills per minute.
It's quick,
I'll
it's
take it.
fun, it's wonderful, and we've got one more game to come up to wrap up day 1 here on the D stream, so stick around. welcome to our last game of the day, TI9, Day 1, Group Stage, live from Shanghai. King Gaming up against Mineski. I think I've now got all the essential information over and done with.
Except that Keen is up 1-0.
And Keen is up 1-0.
There you go.
See, this is why you need to have...
There you go.
This is why you don't solo cast.
Everything you need to know.
Yep. Yeah, what
Maybe except how Game 2 is going to go. So let's go look at the draft instead of only hearing noises of heroes that are very unhappy that they don't get to be represented in this game.
Is it just because my audio is... Maybe I got my audio too loud on
I don't
know.
I just love it. Well, I would assume that people will hear it too and not just you, right? So.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That would be the hope.
If you don't, we're kind of just being weird, I guess, but that's fine.
If you don't,
worry about
please send all your complaints either to PGL or to Sir Action Slacks.
Yes.
They will field all of your complaints.
Sir Action Slacks is actually the primary audio guy we have here.
Yeah.
He's an engineer.
Yeah. It's a very unknown fact that Slacks does
Very
a lot of TO work. Behind the scenes, and yeah. So you wonder
Could
why...
you imagine Slacks doing audio? It's like it gains and just peaks like crazy. He's like, this is great.
Yeah.
That's how I sound all the time.
He's just there playing like a DJ. I got to add a little bit of distortion, some good reverb, like.
Oh man.
Slacks. Hey.
Oh, we'll see more of Slacks later.
Hey.
So, okay.
Hey, SD Lashrak incoming from Keen. It looks like we're going to have a rinse and repeat.
So some of the very banned heroes are banned again. We've got Ogre, Ench, and Mirana out, as well as a Chen here.
I'm wondering if Mineski actually want to grab the Lashrak for like Moon and just run that, or even just run it as a support. Maybe will be more effective than the Invoker was in the last game.
Hard to say. I think part of the reason why picking Shadow Demon here feels so good too is that if the enemy team picks Leshrac, I actually think Shadow Demon is good against Leshrac too. So it's like you don't really want to face this hero as Lesh because Demonic Purge really owns you, and Disruption is a good save against Leshrac's engaged style. Yeah, they might just go Leshrac again. We'll see.
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden this time, not the Invoker. So arguably a more reliable and more stable laner with a stronger nuke. And we'll see if Mineski try to build a lineup that really uses the aura. I think in the past, when you picked Maiden, you really built around the aura, like your whole lineup planned, how can we use the Crystal Maiden aura? And lately, Maiden has become kind of a hero of her own that isn't just, you know, a strong aura and a pretty good ulti. Her nukes are really great. The aura is good for herself, way more than it used to be in the past, and her ulti is so much better as well with the plus armor you get while you're channeling it. So, yep.
It's interesting to see Keen Gaming like prioritize Abaddon in the first two phase.
Against Beastmaster again.
Yeah, but like he never even laned against him in game one. Like
he did counter a roar or two
in
the game, and I guess the way Keen played the last game, the Abaddon actually was kind of integral to how they took fights. They grouped up very fast. They used his tank ability to go in front. He had Curse of Avernus for the towers. And he had a great laning stage. Sometimes it's also about, you know, picking your players, what they're just feeling. You know, if you're in the moment, you're like, man, I'm owning an Abaddon.
Yeah.
You got to be ready that you might get countered in a different way this game, but at the very least, you know that the first two heroes you see, your hero is excellent against these two. It's great against Beastmaster, you take off the Roar. It's great against Maiden, you take off the Frostbite. And you even have a secondary Dispel with your ult if you need it. So.
Yeah. I just like this from Keen with the way it works. Like this I get always a little concerned when I see like KP on a hero which needs a level 6 whenever they play up against Keen. Because as we saw before, like Keen will just run a tri-lane against you, they're going to make your life a living hell, and it takes forever for you to get that level 6. And once you do, it's like there's so much pressure on your Raw to make something work, which it didn't in the last game. Like the Raw came out, it created a little bit of space, but that was it. Like you banned the Nyx Assassin, but Keen Gaming can just follow up with anyone who has another stun. Like if they can grab a Lion, they can finger down the Crystal Maiden so she's out of the game quickly, don't care about her armor buff up. Like they can just do whatever the hell they want to. Early on with low cooldown, low cost abilities that work from level, like get really strong at level 2, level 3s.
I think they're gonna pick Leshrac again if it doesn't get banned.
Oh yeah, totally.
I don't see right now why they would be scared of doing it. The difference this game is that Crystal Maiden is a much better hero than Invoker on level 1. So if it comes to these like Tri versus Tri lane situations, you can try to contest them this time with the Crystal Nova level 1 skilled up. You maybe pick a slightly different core in the carry position, although Weaver could be fine in a tri-lane, so alright at least. Or another different other support than Disruptor, which they didn't touch this time around. And then you see where you can go with it. Putting Beastmaster against Abaddon is not inherently awful. It's just both heroes are going to find farm. But if it means that you get a game for KP, and you also get a game for your supports and your carry, I think you take that trade with what just happened in the last game.
Yeah.
Even if it's not an excellent trade, it's honestly almost anything is better than the first 5 minutes of last game. Almost.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. They
So-
banned Slark.
Yeah, they banned the 2 cores that abuse Abaddon's tankiness the most. OD steals int, and Slug steals agility. So what's left? Silencer. But it's when he kills, not when he hits. So, not the same. Yeah, I like these bans, honestly. I think both heroes had their merits this game.
They banned the Lesh just to be
Okay,
safe. Like
let's see now.
it really had to be the precaution because Keen Gaming just run this insane high tempo if you don't take it out. But we changed things up. The Ember Spirit pick up, so maneuverability, a little bit of extra kiting potential as well.
I like this hero against these two. They don't have much in the ways of dealing with him. Demonic Purge can be a bit annoying for Ember. It can remove the Flame Guard, and it can slow down his aggressive or defensive Remnant usage. But if you have a pre-Remnant cast, Shadow Demon doesn't kill you at all. And he also struggles to deal with getting Slight Chain, because you really don't want to use that disruption. Like it's a very key cooldown, and if you can poke people and force out defensive cooldowns, that's when it can get really interesting. However, against Abaddon, it's a little bit trickier how good Ember is.
I feel
It's
like
hard to spell.
Ember's like toasting Beastmaster's testicles.
Yep,
Like,
it is true.
That's
And cutting through his leg, so that's gone.
Yeah, when he does the taunt.
Honestly, though, if KP only had one leg, maybe we wouldn't feel the difference from the last game.
Oh.
Yeah, he had a heart. It happens. It happens. Relax, Toby. It was a joke. Okay, it's fine.
I'm sorry. I don't have a sense of humor. I'm too old for that.
It's not about age. But the
it's
first part of the
not about
statement was
age.
true.
It's not about age. It's about personality. You have no sense of humor.
You either got it or you don't got it.
There's only one person who laughs at my jokes, and that's my girlfriend.
That's why she's perfect for you.
Yeah, so I need someone that understands me, and no one else does understand me.
It's like one of those Hollywood movies. That's great.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I laugh at your jokes sometimes.
Sometimes,
I do.
I think sometimes I can be funny. Other times, people just don't understand.
Or you don't understand people.
Oh, I don't understand people.
It could be the other way.
It's difficult to understand every single person that tunes into this stream, but I don't shame anyone who puts a cringe thread up because sometimes it's pretty cringy. That
speak of the devil.
Purge has helped purge a lot of that. What cringy is silencer?
No, they actually picked Silencer into Abaddon. We talked about the stat steal, right?
We did.
It did end up being a Silencer. Not for that reason, but...
No.
Okay, so Rubik has some good steals this game. He can steal Roar. He can steal the Fire Remnants. It's pretty cool. Maiden spells are great, especially Freezing Field. But now, spell stealing against Silencer is actually really annoying. If you're last worded and you spell steal, you can't cast the spell you steal. Both Rubik and Shadow Demon hate getting globaled, and they don't really want to buy items against it. If you're playing Rubik, the key items you often see players want to go for is like Aether Lens, Blink Dagger, Force Staff. Not that Yule's, but in this game he might have to get it against the global and the Ember's chains. And it's also another tool for dealing with Abaddon saving people, because when you're silenced, you can't manually activate your ult. So they can focus fire people down.
Oh, I thought we were going to have this hero appear at some point.
I'm not sure how good this is, this game. It might be good, but right now I see Mineski being able to engage fights and just kill people. They can roar, and this time they're not getting saved because they're going to global. They can Ember jump in, they're going to get kills.
How does it actually work with the ensnare? Because like obviously like that's going to be a root on the Ember if it can connect.
If it can connect.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to dodge. If you're like the caliber of players that play Ember nowadays will dodge that almost every time. So
Yeah.
it's not really
I'm trying to remember all the interactions because like I remember like ensnare used to actually track people across the map.
Yeah, it doesn't do that anymore. It's disjointable, as far as I'm aware, at least. Now, what Naga can do in this game is that she's a natural Manta buyer. So when she gets that first item, she can Manta out of global and sing. And that can save her team and reset a fight, and they can turn around. But if that's part of the logic, I kind of like it.
You still need to have the damage, however. Like I suppose she counter pushes on a global state as well.
Yeah.
She should reset for the team fight, and it's one of those ones like if Silencer does trigger the ultimate, it doesn't matter. You still keep going. And Kunker's the final ban. Probably just a good mid laner against the Ember.
So what I see here is compared to last game, Keen Gaming's carry in this game is way slower. Like Naga needs to farm. And the support duo that they have, the Shadow Demon's picked again, but Rubik is not the same as, what was it they had last game as the other support? Why is this eluding me right now? It was not the Lesh. The Lesh was a core. They had Nyx. So
Yes,
this
yes,
this is
yes.
this is
SD
slightly
Nyx.
lower tempo, and especially the carry is much lower tempo. So perhaps this game Mineski can kind of execute this more high pace style, punish the Naga, start taking towers, and I think Keen's last pick kind of needs to address this. If you want to go late with Naga, that's fine, but you need to be able to bridge from the early game into the late game, because Beastmaster plus a last pick will push you.
Hmm.
I think Mineski are making a big mistake here if they don't take advantage of their inherent ability to go somewhere and take a fight
Yeah.
because of global silence and their high damage burst and catch.
What's the best hero that can force down the lane though? Like actually push against King Gaming.
Um, so yeah, Leshrac would have been pretty handy right now.
Yeah, they actually banned the Deucer, so King Gaming think maybe Mineski play a little bit slower. Maybe they play
mhm.
global.
I'm looking right now. Do they play Lone Druid?
Um, KP used to play it as in the off lane, but like he's
Lone
definitely playing BM.
Lone has a place in this game. There is nothing that kills the bear, and it will be able to take the towers that they need when they group up. There is still nothing that kills the bear. Lone Druid is really good here, I think.
Yeah, he can.
Apart from that, some sort of aura guy that wants to go hit towers, or maybe a Juggernaut could work, or I'm still just looking at options for them that make sense. Wraith King could work with the skeletons, although you kind of don't want to pick Wraith King into Naga because then you put yourself on a timer. When
Yeah.
she gets Manta Diffusal, your hero is
I'm
very
like,
unhappy.
I'm liking a druid option more than anything
Yeah,
else.
Lone's
like,
the best,
Like it
I
feels
think.
like his laning phase would be really strong.
Korjik hero.
Jakir, Korchik, shut up, Red.
No, we're not picking Jakiro into Rubik either.
Hey, techies. Timbersaw. Timbersaw.
You know what? When we were thinking about heroes that could push, I was actually looking at Timber, but I didn't like it enough to really suggest it. But maybe it's okay. Like they don't kill it very easily with their heroes. He's good against tiny.
I feel
to
like
an
there's too
extent.
much control against him too, because he's not going to disjoint the ensnare. He's like Rubik can grab his while mid chain. SD disruption purge can cause problems.
Just global.
Like yeah, you're right. There is global for protection.
He has some serious potential in this game, but I think the timing window is a lot narrower than with Lone because, Timber is going to hit these. He's going to get farmed this game. I don't think Keen Gaming's line can really shut him down. So the question is, are you going to be able to transition from this really strong point into actually getting something meaningful, and not just a tier 1? Can you get tier 2s? Can you get Roshan? Can you get the racks? Because with Lone Druid, you definitely get the big towers in this game. With Timber,
I'm also wondering too, like if he can be the frontliner against Keen, like how much is Moon able to tank through?
he can.
Because if he can create enough space, then maybe KP can actually do something this game. That Nika, who's on the Ember Spirit's able to get a little bit more space to farm up and let Ninja Boogie and Crystal Maiden work with Moon to find kills.
It is actually kind of dangerous playing Timbersaw against Shadow Demon. It's like the Soul Catcher is scary. You probably need an item against that eventually in this game. BKB could be interesting. But yeah, I would say, let's say 15 minutes into the game, this Timber is almost unkillable.
Okay.
Especially with Global backing him up. But again, how do you use this 15-minute timing to win the game? Because I don't think your hero is going to stay ahead and carry this game like 15 minutes later or 30 minutes later against these heroes. So you kind of want to get the job done while you can. And the only pushing hero they have is Beastmaster. Maybe we see him Necronomicon this game to kind of help with the push.
Okay.
But I don't know.
I was actually discussing that item with BSJ in the last during our break time. We're like, why isn't Necro picked up anymore? Like, no one builds Necromicon in any scenario. It seems it's like, well, it's just too much money. It's never really the right item.
There are some heroes that still buy it. Lycans generally get it. Still, I think we just haven't seen Lycan at this tournament.
Yeah.
Beastmaster, I still think can buy it in the right game. But yeah, it's not as popular as it used to be, absolutely. But sometimes items are also a little bit semi-forgotten and just don't get picked up as much as they should. And like,
it's going to start the trend, right? Like someone's going to play it, and then you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense now.
All right, this item exists, and that's kind of the way for every item in Dota except Holy Locket, which is just trash. So there you go. If you see somebody buy Holy Locket, it's not catching on in CI.
I've still seen more people buy Holy Locket than I've seen Necromicon over the last, I'd say, like 3, 4, 5 months.
And that is very sad.
This is when you gotta like just see a new patch, but we'll have to wait till after TI before maybe Necro becomes a thing.
I just Holy Lock is one of those items. You look at all the stats, you're like, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice. The problem with it is like a jack of all trades item that's like not really good at anything. It's like nice and nice and nice, but then you look at the cost and what you could get instead, you're like, eh. It really is eh. That's like the best way of describing that item.
That's a great definition, Sint.
It really is. Oh, he has to destroy
Illusion,
the...
deny it.
Oh,
Got it.
oh.
Got it.
That feels good if you're Naga. Yep, there we go. Give him the tip.
just the tip.
Very nice from him. So 2 for 1 rune for Keen Gaming.
Yeah.
A little bit less gold in the early game than we usually have. It's pretty rare that runes get denied level 1, but it does happen occasionally.
Yeah.
And this is one of the cases. So let's look at the lanes. The Timber will be facing Tiny, which is a pretty even lane to begin with, but eventually Timber becomes a problem. It still is probably the best hero they could put in the mid lane, so I think that choice is fine. This time they're going to start off dual lane with the Abaddon, who can easily save against the Silencer.
He just beat the crap out of Ember Spirit.
Good damage.
First point up in Curse of Avanis, and Old 11's up in the face of like Ninja Boogie as well as Nico.
And Rubik's skill telekinesis, that is rare nowadays. To skill telekinesis level 1, you almost always see the Fate Bolt, but they wanted to lift him into the curse, get some extra damage out. The downside to that is, well, when lift is on cooldown, Rubik is really bad. And Fate Bolt has a long duration compared to the lift, so there's way more downtime on the hero.
Always feels like too, like Fate Bolt's never really is useful until you're going to go Teleki to grab again Ninja Boogie. Old 11, he's making the use of the Orb of Venom, but with Ember Spirit putting on the Flame Guard, then Nico has to be thrown away.
Yeah, that's the other thing about not having Fate Bolt. They can't break the Flame Guard. None of them have a spell to do it right now. No Aphotic, no Mist Coil, no Fade. So, yeah. Nico can kind of do whatever he wants, honestly, when the Flame Guard is up. It's too much damage. Now they get level 2 first as well. Does skill this light though, no chains, and we might not even see him skill chains until like level 10 this game. It's not good in his lane, they just get removed by Abaddon. So, let's see how it goes.
God, this is a tense time to not miss first blood. Like, they're just underneath the towers while Old 11's up in the face of Nico continuously. He just burnt the Sal before too, so he's really running out of health fast.
There's more regen the way of the Dire right now. They have 5 tangos
They're going
against
up
the one.
Jabugi again, pick up from Kaka, throw him back, able to get the double stun out, but then again the damage is way too much. Ninja Boogie will find the kill, and they'll actually find a second one back to back into Kaka. And that's the fight that Mineski really needed to have in that top lane. Yes, in? Yeah?
Maybe they were expecting him to have chains. He just got killed by a sleight of fist that was pretty obvious. He wanted to maybe suicide with the Mist Coil and try to get a kill out of it, but that trade was just flat out not favorable at all. And intelligence being stolen from both heroes is actually a really big deal in this early stage.
Dark may be able to get fit. He's got him. Oh, maybe he doesn't. Up the hill and round the trees. The poison goes the wrong way, but the illusions get their attack out with the primary. So Dark will fall and Keen get themselves on the board. Off the mark.
Yeah, it's good that this lane is going well for them because the mid lane is definitely going to start getting hard soon, and the top lane did not go as intended, I think is fair to say, this first exchange. So, we'll see how it transitions now. They will try again onto Ninja Boogie top.
Yeah.
Has the Aphotic Shield this time to remove the curse, and that's an easy kill, so bit of a comeback, but could be a trade-off. No, he's fine.
That shield pop just, that's enough to do the damage from range.
I think he might have to suicide on Abaddon after this creep wave. Just spam a couple of coils, or he needs to use the courier. Maybe he'll send out a little bit of stuff and a flask. Let's see what he chooses to do. Gets the Bassi. He's going to munch on another Tango, but when you're in half HP range in this lane, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, he's trying to wait for it. Shields are up. As much damage as he possibly can. Look towards Ninja Boogie. And wait for it, and did not. Oh no! Mistimed it. He waited too long, and Nico just sleight of fisted him down.
He actually used it too early.
He did.
I think he did cast it, right?
I think
it's hard. It's actually hard to suicide in this lane. There's
hey, Mr. Replay, can we put a record on?
It's hard because Sleight of Fist is so fast and deals about the same damage as your Mist Coil deals to you. So, well, they're gonna go again top, but we'll back off. Good damage again from 11. You can say whatever you want about this guy, but he plays aggressive Dota. Like, he plays super aggressive in lanes. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it looks not so great.
Just while everyone's going to get a little bit more passive in the lanes, I think we can have a quick look at that top fight. So, Old 11 miscoils and then gets slided.
And I don't know if that was actually realistically possible to suicide there. The Ember just has a slight advantage. Let's point out, much better early in from Mineski this game. This time it's stable, They are doing well in their lanes. All their cores are getting stuff. They will be getting bounty runes. They have counterpicked opponents' cores this time. Overall, much better time.
Just running in 2 seconds of that bounty rune's going to spawn with a pick up and throw back there. She gets herself double stomp, but Old 11 is losing so much life so quickly. He's actually got a missed call, but it takes too long to turn around.
Silencer becoming big brain. 8 int minute 5. You know, most heroes have to pay about 1,000 gold for this. He got it for free. What a bargain.
That's one of those things I'd like to see come up with the scrub, is to add in the negative effect.
So that you can just feel bad the whole game?
So you can actually know who's feeling bad about this whole game. Like, Ruby's got 423 mana pool.
So then your teammates can ping you and be like, you dumb. Dumb. You died too much to Silencer.
Oh, Mongo no lie!
And now we're starting to see the mid lane go as expected now, right? So Moon is level 6 before Tiny. He's going to use this siege creep to start pressuring the tower. Most likely, every time Whirling Death is off cooldown, he's just going to drop it onto Yi to harass.
I guess it's so hard. Yi's having his own little battle. Ninja Boogie hitting strong.
And this was a really big hero in the finals of the SAA qualifier, by the way, in the series that Mineski won to get here against what was the name of the team that Gunnar was playing for?
It was the stack, right? The
what were they?
stack.
Oh, I can't remember what they were called. They had a kind of weird name.
Yeah, a special name.
Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, the stack he had with March.
Yeah.
Timbersaw became a pretty big hero in that finals. I think he got picked 2 or 3 games and had good success.
Oh.
So.
No follow-up. Rubik was a little bit too far away. They're down on bottom lane. We're all chicken. KP's trying to get up in his face with Ragey Potato.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about bottom because there's been so much going on at top especially, but the farm bottom has been good.
You'll get it now. Dark starting off with the imprisonment, and KP just moves himself forward. Can you still have to be a little bit careful while up on top? Old 11. Throw caution to the wind. Get aggressive and can finally get a kill onto the silencer.
Look at how even the cores are in gold. It's like super satisfying looking at this. It's
actually
very
having a close game.
Yep, it's very close minute 7. There's only one like slight outlier in Moon mid by just 200 gold.
Because he's getting himself a little bit further ahead just because they backed up to Shrine.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about this either with the Rubik. Chakram is actually an exceptionally good steal as well. So Kaka will be able to have some high impact plays in this game. That is another tool that can help kill the Timber. He's obviously ignoring all of his armor, and even if he buys magic resistance.
Great wraparound into the Avalanche and Toss combination. Ragey Potato, who's only got the Nova. So no Frostbite, can't create any space, and KP just easily rotated on.
Yep. And they now have a big lead bottom. Naga Siren is level 7 to the 5 of Beast. And the Crystal Maiden being level 4 against the 3 of Shadow Demon. So it's actually kind of more even than it looks, just because the Maiden has taken a lot of experience away from the Beastmaster. But in terms of game impact right now, I think you're very happy with the Naga having a great time, even if it costs Shadow Demon a little bit of tempo.
Maybe time for Moon to get a little bit up in the face of Old 11. Picked himself up a Haste Rune. Definitely does not want to allow Old 11 to feel comfortable underneath this tier 1 tower. He's been soaking up creep wave after creep wave. So you just dropped him up. TP is coming in. Meanwhile, Ragey Potato's going to go down to Yi. Karka's just trying to stop this push on mid, but that's still a hasted Timbersaw.
He's immortal right now.
Yeah. So CM actually died next to the Shrine.
I think if they
Here's your
5-man
rotation to get another ensnare. It's a rinse and repeat. Literally, this is exactly what happened a minute ago to KP. A little bit too far down the lane.
Was there a rune involved in this kill, or did he not have a Hawk out in the river?
No.
Oh, the Hawk is off to the left. How did Tiny get in? Oh, he came from above.
He ran through the river.
Yeah, the Hawk is not placed completely perfectly here.
So he could actually slip through that small, narrow pass.
Did he come over here, or did he go?
He came through the river, I think.
Just straight up, okay. Because then this Hawk placement is not that good for KP. He could have prevented that death himself, for sure. Slightly better Hawk placement. So, mid tower goes as expected. Timbersaw is ramping up, and I think the best play for the Radiant right now is to not go for Timber. Like, don't try to kill him. The amount of resources you're going to need for this is not worth what you're going to get. The kill can fail, and I think, honestly, even if they 5-man gank him, I think he's going to survive. Like, that's where we're at right now. He's going to have enough Magic Wand charges. He has a Bracer for a bit of magic resistance, 1400 health, 35 armor. This guy's not dying right now, and that's okay. The way you play this as Keen is you pretend he doesn't exist, more or less. You push out the wave and just let him do whatever he wants, and then you play the rest of the map. And if Timber doesn't join your team for these moves, you're in a good spot to get some kills and maybe a tower. And if he does join them, well, then you at least got him away from the damn mid lane. So he's going to go bottom, however, make his own play with the Beastmaster KP. They're not going to defend this tower. It's not feasible at all.
This is just a hold back. Maybe you get a bit of a trade-off up on top because that's where Tiny's moving in so fast with phase boost. They're chasing down Nico. He doesn't have a defensive spirit, and well, he's got 4 stick charges, but that avalanche is well off target. Nico just turned east, and now it's actually Kaka who's in trouble to pick up and throw back down again. Creates a little bit of extra space, but the Timber Chain forward Moon doesn't get the damage from it, but he's got another Whirling Death ready to go, and Ember Spirit just finishes the job with a Sleight of Fist.
Nico with a next level dodge running in the straight line the AI would take you to the base. And they got caught off guard by it. They were not expecting him to move like that.
Next level play. Ninja Boogie in a little bit of trouble, purged up. He's got global, but there's no way he wants to burn it for this. Ensnare is up, he's trapped, and the tree toss flies forward, helping Dark to get the kill onto this silencer.
Some snare skill point has actually been very useful this game. There's some games on Naga where you skill and snare and you just regret it because there's no fights and you're like, I could have farmed faster with another point in Riptide, but they've been using it very well to kill Beastmaster twice, and now they've used it to kill it here on mid. Feels very good about his choice to get that skill point up.
Moon's going again. Eventually they have to do something about this. Nice fortification, keeping the creep wave alive, allowing Moon to continue his pressure. That's why Radiant fortified back as well. While on bottom lane, KP lets the Raw go. He's still ensnared up. Old Chicken wants to keep the chase going, and Raw stolen by the Rubik. Get a little extra information up the hill. Poison flies forward. He doesn't want to use it onto KP. Let Kaka find the kill and then TP the Rubik towards the top. He's got TP available, and they may be able to take a fight. Ninja Boogie and Nico. Fresh ward down, rotating around the back, but the Observe Ward sees him. But Hot 11, he's got almost no life to work with. The Timber Chain forward, a quick little spirit. He triggers the stick charges, tries to get back towards the tower. Now the borrowed time will end up popping out. Where's the extra support to come? Is coming in from the side. Ragey Potato, is he going to be the easiest target to go for? The Avalanche, actually, man, that hit the Raw. Okay, that was a little over the top. Trying to get a little bit of spill damage into Ragey Potato. Nika's already got the double kill, but Kaka gets 2 of his own.
Oh, I don't know if he should have stolen that.
Should have held the roar?
Yeah, I think he could have got another roar out of that. It's not that long of a cooldown.
Oh god, Kaka. Oh god, Kaka. He's got to juke around the tree line. Dark actually goes for what was not a defensive imprisonment.
Just kill the Timber, guys. Just kill him.
Yeah, good luck on that. Back underneath the shrine. Dark's just trying to buy a little bit extra time. Catcher, Purge, whoever you've got, Old 11, trying to slow down Nico. Not a lot of man to work with. He's got 9 1 charges available, so he'll feel okay with that one. Yep, trigger the fresh jump charge as well. KP roars off cooldown in 10 seconds time. And with the boar slows, they're not going to follow through with anything. In fact, Moon's already moving towards mid.
So while all of this was happening, Naga was still farming, and that's going to be the name of the game for a while. Naga will not really want to get involved in too much. She will farm for the majority of the fights. And if she needs to join with a song to maybe save a serious bad engagement or whatever, she could do it. But mostly just keeping the momentum going for herself.
Oh, Kaka. He knows this is coming. Like Ember ran underneath the Observer and Sentry. And Moon's now going to see if he can play a raid boss battle. He's at half-life. Here comes your global silence out, allowing Moon to move further back. In fact, Nico jumped to the Spirit. Ready to start his own fight if he wants to, but it won't happen.
This is pretty much the only spell combo that will kill the Timber, is if they Soul Catcher level 4, tiny combo, and get there a little bit of extra help, but that's under the condition that Global doesn't get used. Honestly, I think he might still not die. Like, that's the crazy thing. He's 1850 health in a Vanguard, and the Magic one.
Kaka's backing up again. That Observer and Sentry is just saving lives. And could potentially also deward the Obs if King Gaming can ever move back out through the mid lane. But he's trying to just level 4 Fade Bolt down. Timber Chain stolen from Kaka, so just get away.
Decent steal. It's okay. It's a mobility spell for Rubik. Those are always nice to have.
The KP in the trees.
Are they going to dive this?
There's support coming in.
Okay.
Silence is there. So, yep, they're going up to KP. Roar is out. There's 4 heroes arriving from Mineski with a Sleight of Fist and Searing Chains on 11. Will have the borrowed time trigger, but they got the kill on KP to begin with. And maybe with the curse, because there's no global silence, all 3 heroes from King Gaming feel comfortable enough just to TP away. Is Timber actually going to complete that? No, he won't.
He got lifted. When I was like, I don't know about this dive, guys. I thought Timber was going to TP, but he was pushing bottom and didn't want to give up on that pressure. But with the rest of the team TPing up there to help, the pressure effectively ended bottom. It's one of those things that happens in a lot of games, even at the highest level, is that players will try to help their teammates. And sometimes it's better to cut your losses and keep your own aggressive play going. Because what ended up happening is that this kill from Keen had 2 impacts, right?
He may really regret not hitting that temper chain. Oh, the telekinesis! Dark is tossed forward. Now he'll get the disruption. Now chaining out again is going to be difficult because Kaga's going to be there to grab. In fact, instant there on the stun. Moon can't get himself away from this, and now they will bring down the raid boss permanently. Sounds maybe not the one charges. It's so much damage. He can chain himself a little bit further underneath the tower. 5 stacks of the Shadow Poison up and running. Moon continues to chain. Another 1 charge up, and now finally they bring him down, but support around the back lines. Ragey Potato just solos up Kaka.
I'm wrong, he could die. Okay, they got him. They got him, Toby. They got him. But that, honestly, that was kind of worth it. They only lost the Rubik for it, and Naga was still farming, so that's not a bad move overall. It's just funny to see how difficult this kill is, and all he has is a Vanguard and a Wand.
They're coming after Old Chicken in mid, but it ain't gonna happen. In fact, I think Old Chicken may be a little bit sad that Sentry Ward of the Radiance timed out now. They haven't. This may be a full duration Observer Ward.
This is a big push bottom. See what they're gonna do. Okay. Immediately forces out the board. Yo, is he actually dead?
Oh, Ragey Potato's gonna be dead. He's gonna walk up this hill, gets hit by Avalanche and Toss. And Old 11 keeps the run going, and with that miss, Old 11 has that extra life, timber chain forward. Okay, he doesn't miss that one. 530 gold for the kill on Old 11.
Some good chump change.
He's just so tanky as well.
For that.
Yeah.
You know, Old 11's farm is decent, but he's still okay. I didn't think it would be worth that much. It is a solo kill though on a core, so you know those have a tendency of being very valuable. Timber buying Boots of Travel next. At least he's queuing it up. There's 2 approaches here. One is you get the Crimson Guard against the Naga, and then you try to group up as a team, get Roshan, push towers, but your only real objective taker is Beastmaster, so maybe it's not enough. The other one is finding a solution to the split push.
Full fight coming in, that Observer Ward from Keen. They know exactly where the Silencer is. They just want to delete him before Global Silence can have any level of effect. The rest of Mineski, however, they were never in a position to fight.
Moon, pick up your mana boots.
Okay. He even walks away from it at that point.
Could you imagine that?
Oh, come on.
That's a Kyle move.
Never go full swindle.
Yep. That's a bit different. He didn't forget it. It kind of just got stolen.
Yeah.
That's something else.
That was, yeah.
It happens. Stuff like that happens all the time. All the time to Kyle.
I should feel like maybe he's the unluckiest player.
Do you think
Dota
so?
sometimes.
It's me. I'm always unlucky.
Yeah, you're always the sacrifice. Like Pilot, I made a career out of it.
Made a career out of being unlucky. Well, there you go. And Beastmaster's only level 9 minute 18. I thought KP's game was much better this time than the last one, but at this point, it's kind of looking similar, honestly.
They are looking to go on.
What did they global?
I am uncertain. I think it was for bottom lane because they were looking towards the Tiny, but Tiny would just TP away to safety. And it definitely wasn't for top either. That means Global's down for a decent amount of time, and Old 11 just was instantly to run up high ground against the mid.
That's a big cooldown committed. That's going to cost them top tower unless they bring in the big boy.
Timber, there to defend. That'll be everywhere too, because he just used the TP scroll as well as the BTs.
He has travels ready.
Yeah. So he uses his TP scroll to go towards the top lane, then just BT around, not having to share cooldown time.
Yeah, his mana is pretty weak right now, though.
Oh, Curse is out. Nico trying to go after Yi. That's not going to work well. Not while Old 11 sitting behind him, ready to shield up.
Nobody dies, and Naga's farming.
Like,
honestly, when you look at it, it's
can we not make that the story of this game?
No, but
or else
honestly,
we're back to TI3.
It is a pretty clear thing you see, though. Like, that is the strategy here. If they get kills, it's like a bonus. Nice little pick off there on Ninja Boogie, but they just keep poking and prodding and being annoying, and if they can get kills, it's great, but as long as they are dictating the tempo of the game and they're forcing Mineski around so they don't make their own moves, they're playing on Naga's terms. Naga suddenly has Manta Diffusal minute 19. That's really good. His farm is great.
It's smoke time.
And now the team fights might even be a possibility soon.
They see so much. They know where Ragey Potato is, but they really want to get more than Ragey Potato. All right, KP, he'll do. Walk straight through the middle of Keen, and the roll will come out. Rubik had nothing else to give. I mean, he couldn't steal it. Like,
he got roared.
Yeah, he got roared. That's the reason why.
Timberbot walked away from the rune, got scared for a second there, and ends up losing that too. So 4 runes for Keen.
Yeah, but that's why Mineski's still looking for the fight. Over towards Yi, is there a Chimber Chain forward, hit the 2 hits on the Whirling Death with the Avalanche. 4 heroes caught, and Song of the Siren, everybody have nap time. And they reset underneath the shrine with 5 heroes together.
Keen's playing good Dota right now. This is really well-played strategic last 5 to 10 minutes. They're outplaying Mineski pretty clearly, and they're taking advantage of the Timbersaw. Not, they haven't been able to group up and get Timbersaw a true team fight because they're constantly getting pickoffs on supports or being annoying with split push from Naga, or this tiny plus Naga combo is working really well for them because you see Yi has been making 11 kills this game. Every time he gets a pickoff, Mineski feel like they can't dictate what happens next. And really, if you're playing Timbersaw and you're being pulled around, you're not playing the hero the way he wants to be played. He wants to be a fat frontliner, come fight me, let's go somewhere. And they're just like, no, let's go here. And then they gotta go there. So.
Well, he's gonna get into the bottom lane, take out that tier 2 tower, try and force Old Chicken away.
Oh, he's gonna lose all his mana.
Oh, yeah. Just watch it drain dry. Even support arriving from Dark. But they're trying to protect this tier 2 tower. Don't let it drop easily.
Finally an opening for Mineski. This took so long. They finally get to go here with a siege creep and get this tower.
Old 11 just walks in. I don't know if this tower may even be theirs. Disruption comes in, the tower gets hit by Raging Potato. The Crystal Maiden's damage is enough to get that one.
Ah, yes, the classic CM killing tower.
Yes.
That's my favorite. Oh, but it's not going to be free for them. It looks like they might almost lose top tower.
Moon's there to defend. Rubik is nearby, but again, Rubik kind of likes this. He's got Searing Chains for the moment, so he could potentially get like a double control against Moon.
I think he wants Chakram.
I think he wants to be tossed in to get the easy chain and then steal the Chakram. So Kaka, oh, there's your first Avalanche. Oh boy, you had no stacks up on Moon and he dies so quickly.
There we go. Now they're at a point where they can blow him up. 4-point Soul Catcher, full-on tiny combo with the Echo Saber when he doesn't have too many armor stacks. Rubik had Searing Chains, and then he stole the Whirling Death, which does a lot of damage too. So, nice kill.
Now Blink Dagger. Yeah, nice. Nico's still having a fantastic game. Like, he's 6-0-2 over on the Ember Spirit, very close to the same over on Yi with the 6-1-6. And it's all great Rubiks do. They're up there in the kill count. 5-4-4. A lot of deaths, but a lot of snipes. And he's going in for an Agate himself to build up too. Not even going for like, well, he's got the Blink Ether Lane, so that's enough. Then
that is absolutely enough. There's some good Ag steals here. The Chakram. He gets 2 Chakrams, right? That's not bugged anymore, I think. I'm not sure. The Maiden ulti can be pretty cool.
I remember that was bugged, right? Because the Chakrams were counted as individual abilities, so he could steal either the blue or the red. He could never steal both.
It might actually still work the same way. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Beastmaster Roar, it's a cool steal. There's plenty of cool steals, honestly.
Just get Freezing Field with the Agnes upgrade.
Oh wait, Axe doesn't work on Beast anymore. I'm being stupid. It's the Whirling Axis, right? His Axe now. It got changed. You don't really think about it because you never really see that Axe purchased by Beastmasters. It's not that good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alt 11, Moon. Hoping to chase him down. Tipper Chain forward. Someone got a stun available or enough damage. The slight of Searing Chains from Nico, just a little too late. Would have been still a difficult kill to claim, but it would have been possible.
I guess still stealing Wild Axes can be cool for Invoker, or for Rubik.
Yeah, it'd be nice for clearance, but there's still only like low points. Like it's level 2 now for KP and Axes.
Yeah, but if you get these level 4 Axes and the damage starts amplifying, and then you have your other spells, I think it could be interesting.
It's just the never-ending cooldown. Like that's the coolest thing on it. Moon, Lotus Orb, now up and running on the Timbersaw, making him even more difficult to lock down.
The current spell Kaka has right now should not be underestimated, by the way. It deals so much damage to Timbersaw. He's actually stolen Timbersaw's, bread and butter spell, together with reactive armor, clearly.
Yeah.
And that was the difference maker in the kill they made top. They chained him, and then
they can get him.
The finishing move.
There's,
He's
no mana. He doesn't have Soaring Available. He's already burned the
mega
block charges, so
dead.
Avalanche toss, and look at him just go through moves.
Just
He's
kidding.
got the Lotus on.
He didn't die. Yeah, so basically what he did there was he removed the Whirling Death and the Soul Catcher.
Yep.
And that kept him alive. So good item choice. It's a necessity in this game to get Lotus. I thought they were going to blow him up before he did anything, actually. I think if they would have been a little more patient and gone in together with all their spells, he could have died before he even got Lotus off.
And I love watching this kind of combinations. It makes me really feel like I want to see a Tinker game start to appear with Beastmaster, using the Hawk and seeing Cores buying these BTs.
Something makes you want to see a Tinker game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like techies. I'm not surprised, really, actually, when you think about it.
Hey, I built Goblin Mech in Underlords. What's you gonna do?
That's nothing wrong with that.
Actually, there is. It doesn't really work that well
It's
unless
okay.
unless you get two explosives. It's not that great.
I have like this little box, a mental box. People that like Tinker and techies kind of go in this box that I call bad people. So
Hi.
there you go. Now you know why people don't like your jokes. It's because you like Tinker and techies. There you go.
You know what? I just feel like you're being very oppressive. I don't enjoy this, Syndrome.
That's okay.
And you have to be more open-minded.
I don't enjoy Tinker and techies.
You,
So there
you
you go.
be more open-minded to different ways to play Dota.
Oh, I can appreciate a good Tinker game. I can appreciate a good techies game, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean I have to like them, right? Everybody has their tastes.
I'm okay with that one. Yeah. Yeah.
I can appreciate that people like
Yeah.
other things,
I can appreciate diversity. That's fine.
except with techies.
I. Kark is just solo pushing it. I mean, yeah, just the bottom lane. He's just trying to get his money. He's just stealing. He stole Curse. He's got
getting
Fate
really
Bolt. He
rich.
just burns through the creepways. That Aghanim Sept is coming at a really good timing.
It is.
And that's why they send the Hawk over. Good information. See Karka in the trees. Ninja Boogie starts with the Curse. Here's the BTs of the Timbersaw. Running forward. He's going to clear the trio line. Get close towards the Rubik. And then Yi just explodes Ninja Boogie. The Roar comes out. Can he get a Curse off or anything? No, he cannot. Rubik will still end up dying.
Oh, he didn't get the chains off. He didn't have them ready, I think.
Haste Rune Yi.
He's actually going to get out of that. If there's chains ready from Nico, that's a kill. Oh, he tried to get out with Timber, didn't make it.
He's actually looking towards
fine
the
for
mid
now.
lane. And now Yi comes back in once more. Shaka making it difficult for Keem to get front. But remember, Naga is not involved in this. Old Chicken's taking the mid tower in the meantime. And Keem will back up and try him when they're ready to go. And in fact, Naga, Old Chicken's rotating over.
Oh, we were fighting?
Yeah?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's like Eternal Envy in the middle of a team fight. I'm just going to go farm this creep wave. Never forget the great moments of Dota.
Oh, so this smoke... they don't have
Yeah,
roar.
they're going to find Yi.
They don't have roar,
Run
though.
through the back, he's going to wait out the avalanche, tries to throw around, gets a bit of a clip with a toss back, but disruption from Dark will buy a little bit extra time. Karka with the Fable is going to bounce through every single one, and with a Song of the Siren, Yi can just TP out. Odd Chicken's going to join him as well, and Mineski are left wanting.
I just realized he's gold tier Naga. Imagine playing Naga that much in pubs. What it does to your health. His name's Old Chicken.
He's had a lot of games to play it, right? So it's like... That's
Gold
fine.
tier Naga.
Mineski going to go in for Roshan while Song of the Siren is down. Difficult to do, as Naga Illusions will always scout out what you're up to. And already, even with a double damage rune, Mineski know they have to back out.
Yeah. At least it can't get stolen right now by a song steal, but yeah, it's just...
Old 11's
Tough.
got his next item, so Lotus Orb has arrived for the Abaddon.
There's some really good things to Lotus here. Global Silence is the obvious one. There's Primal Roar. You can purge off the Searing Chains. You can purge off Frostbite. Really, really nice item here for him.
I also want to wait and see Tani's the volley. Building into an Aghanim Scepter, only 200 gold away from completing it. How many trees can you stand near? When there's also a Timbersaw on the field. There it is. Aghanim Scepter flying out.
Oh, he has it now?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, I thought it was the Rubik. I was like,
No,
what?
not the Rubik, the
Okay.
tiny, the,
Yeah,
the,
I was
volley,
just-
the
yeah,
volley.
the volley's done. Okay.
Yeah, Rubik takes a little longer than that. Like,
But yeah, the volley, how How does that actually interact with global sounds? It should just stop the volley at the point he's at, right?
It's channeled. It's channeled. So yeah,
so
it will stop it.
Yeah, it should just be. Okay. Not that you're generally going to be globaling for that, but it's good to know.
Yeah, you just send a chakram towards the trees that he's standing next to. That's the fastest way to do it. Tip it chain in close. Yeah, wild axes. Yeah, anything to just remove the trees.
It's just the tree volley is pretty fast. It's almost impossible to actually manage before. It takes him 2 seconds only.
All right, we're gonna
all the trees.
He doesn't have Aghanim Scepter yet, but chakram level 3 stolen by Kaka. God, pushing is just so hard for Mineski. Like, I don't know how they go high ground, even if this game goes late. Like, we're 30 minutes in, and just pushing into Keen Gaming feels impossible. They got so much wave clear, and a lot of wave clear which doesn't require any risk.
I think the most beautiful thing about Keen's gameplay in this game is how little Timber has managed to accomplish when it was the last pick.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the waves.
Click somewhere else.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure.
So, with Timbersaw missing his first strong timing, this hero is awkward at this stage of the game because it doesn't, like, even if you buy good items, a lot of the times you find yourself in these situations where you're really tanky, you're hard to kill, but it's also hard to hit your spells. The enemy team has mobility items, they can play around not being close to trees, they have heals, they have dispel, they have saves. It's hard for him to do a lot right now, so what you kind of need to do as the Dire at this point is probably play for a super late game. Like, you need a Timber that's 6-slotted, you need an Emperor that's 6-slotted, and you might even have to go physical build on Ember, because I think you're going to run into trouble.
This is Keen. They won't let you play late game. Moon getting caught out a little bit. He's going to trigger that Bloodstone being picked up, thrown back down again. The chain stuns just continue forever. He's dead. He spent his money on the Bloodstone, so no buyback for 70 seconds. Is that actually just the game? If you don't have the Timbersaw, you don't have your D-push, and Yi's already feeling it. It's like trying to force the buyback. Ninja Buki's out too far. The sign of Viserion Chase is good, so Nico can potentially clean up the backline. Both supports going down. Buyback comes in from Sansa. He's already burned his global stance. Maybe he can give a little bit more. The Naga Siren. Everybody just go to sleep for a second. Quick range curse. Doesn't hit anything. On 11 will complete his TP out as Dark actually dying on bottom.
Had him.
Wow.
Ember had him. Ember had the Abaddon there, but he messed up. He chained and then he slided after. Thought he was a bit more stressed with... Because I think that was a long TP from Abaddon to the bottom tower to try to connect and help the Shadow Demon. And in the end, that's not that bad for Mineski. 1-for-1 buybacks. They get a couple of good kills on the Ember.
And it's huge damage on the tier 3 tower on bottom. Like when you've got the Hawk that can sit in the tree lines, you can just BT yourself down. Like, it's a lot of work, and KP, he's playing with his own balls, just hiding inside a little nook, a cul-de-sac.
Next item comes out for Naga. That's the Butterfly.
Oh god, Ember's actually going to... In 100 gold, he's got a full axe.
Yeah, that's why that fight was so big. He got a lot of gold out of this. He got 600 from kills, and then he got some more creep waves afterwards, and suddenly, it's ready. Axe is up. He doesn't save for buyback. Kind of like it in this situation, honestly. He's relatively safe in this game on Ember. Play aggressive.
You still got so much, like, Keen can just come back again. Like, the Naga didn't burn the Aegis model. She's still got Butterfly Hard Diffusal Manta. She's still so strong. And KP, I think he needs to get the hell out of here. He's trying to cut through the tree lines, the blink. He goes right up the top of Kaka. The TP did end up getting cancelled. KP's on the edge, but now the pickup comes in from Kaka. Throw him back over, and they'll end up just killing him off. Hey, you want to steal an ability? He's just waiting for the right one. But he ends up stealing axes. No Aghanim's upgrade on him just yet.
Can they get anything out of this except the Beastmaster kill? They're going to smoke and try to look for more. They do see this Timbersaw on the river ward that they had, so going to try to run him down and get this first kill. Every kill on Timber right now is really, really good. It's massively impactful.
Just slow down the BKB he wants.
Sansa.
They're close.
He's
and Kaka. Blink forward, grab him, throw an axe. I like how they also use Ragey Potato as bait up on top lane. Like, he's having a lot better game than the last one. Blink and 4-staff, and he's working his way towards the BKB at a very fast rate. That 150 gold per minute, really paying off. But the mid tower is under attack from Keen Gaming. Moon, he's on the front line to try and defend it. The huge play makes it difficult to move. He can still rip through the aphotic shield that's there from Old 11, but they need a little bit more. Ensnare out. Got a lot of trees to work with. Timber Chain well off target. Lotus Orb, none of them telekinesing each other around as the pickup throw down Moon. He can't die here. The chain, it doesn't connect again. All the trees are gone. Moon is dead for 80 seconds. The roar from KP comes way too late. They'll song up quickly. They're looking towards the back lines. That's why Rubik, has he got enough life? Nico, he BKB'd up the Sleight of Fist. He'll go through everybody. A quick little spirit away. He's got the Aghanim Scepter up from Kaka. He'll want to go for a little bit more. Just Remnant around.
Wave is coming. That's a laner Rax for sure. They can't defend this anymore. Ember used BKB. Ember used 2 remnants, or actually 3 remnants. He's got another one ready though.
I think right now Kaka does more damage. He's got his Aghanim's remnants ready to go.
That's scary.
Yep, they just need one hero to be locked in. Nico comes close. He doesn't have Flame Gun up just yet, so Kaka picks him up, throws him back down in towards the Avalanche. A quick snare, keeping Ember Spirit rooted. Here comes the Mass Spirits in!
Oh, shit.
Ninja Boogie! He got ripped on the backside. The clubbing from Katani will do the work as Raging Potato. It's a good BKB letting it go ulti, but it's still not enough. Yi will find himself a triple kill. The Sleight of Fist damage. Ember Spirit Nico's doing as much as he can. The KP's gone, the rest of his team is pushing up the daisies. KP can buy back to probably no avail. They're going to end this right now, Keen, into the tier 4 towers. They were not letting this game go late. They just want to end it. Ember's actually TPing out underneath the Radiant Ops. I think he's hoping to get the kill on Dark. He's jumping over and he does manage to catch him in the back lines. Beastmaster will now buy back. The last hurrah from Mineski. The defense, they focus over on Yi, but Naga is killing off the Dire Ancient. They cannot stop it. GG. Keen will 2-0 Mineski, who you thought they're off to a good start. They 2-0 TNC.
Yep.
And Keen Gaming, you hadn't received a victory